This is Jerry Marlowe with Coach Rivers for the weekly Archangel Coaches Interview. Coach, last week the Cardinals took down the WS Neal Eagles in a regional match and are now 5-1. What are your key takeaways from last week's 42-6 win?
Well, I tell you, I thought we played good, especially in that first half. Both sides of the ball, particularly defensively, they would get out there and they're in a whole totally different offense. Had 7 offensive linemen in the game most of the time, and so our guys really just had to read and react. It wasn't really something you could do a lot of preparation for. It was so unconventional. So I thought they did a nice job setting the tone for us. Then offensively, we ran it well, we threw it well. Willie Ford got the big punt return for a touchdown, and it was a good first half. We got a little sloppy in the second half. A little bit to be expected in a game like that, but all in all, it was a good night.
Well, I know Matthew Coupe returns from injury to have 2 receiving touchdowns. How valuable is it to have the team to have another tight end to pair with Morris Wapoo?
Yeah, it's been great to get Matthew back. He had a great offseason, great summer. Goes down in the first game, with the shoulder injury. And he came back really sooner than we thought, and we really didn't have a backup for that spot. And then Moy's playing quarterback, he's playing outside linebacker, and then we said, hey, we leaned on him to kind of become that Y for us, and he's done a heck of a job. He's done a really good job. He's a really good football player, and now you get Matthew back. So now we can use those guys on the field at the same time. We can mix and match with getting Matthew in there and mixing in. So it's been Moy's been a great addition, and then getting Matthew back is a big plus.
Well, I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but did any other players stand out in particular from that game?
So we look back. We always do, when we win, we always do game balls, both sides of the ball. Parker Boss got a game ball last week. Just played really good, just kind of shoring up the middle of the field for us. Did a really nice job. And then Mills got a game ball. Mills is playing really good at corner, very physical, and doing a nice job there at corner. Offensively, Willie Ford kind of was a total package. Special teams, he had the interception on special teams. He had some big catches early, and then Benjamin Sight. He's playing good center for us. He really is. He's kind of the anchor of that group, and he's doing a nice job there.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, I know this week's matchup with Mobile Christian is another regional game. It has serious playoff implications, and despite Mobile Christian's 2-4 record, they have a well-rounded offense and defense. What is your scouting report for the week and your keys to coming away with a win?
Yeah, it's a good team. It's a good team we're playing. You mentioned their non-region opponents and their record. They played some tough teams. Mosley out of Florida is a really tough team. Pensacola Catholic kicks a field goal to beat them last week. They played UMS Wright earlier in the year, so they have a heck of a schedule. It's a good opponent. A place has a lot of tradition. They've won a lot of football games there. We're going to their place, but our guys are excited. We're excited. We're confident. And you mentioned the playoff implications. This is a heck of a week. Here we are. You win, you're getting in. So we're excited. We try to. The thing I've expressed to the boys this week, we've all expressed, is when the games get bigger, when the stakes get larger, then our world's got to get smaller. And so that's what we've talked about all week. Is just let's just focus on the things we can control. And we've talked about alignment, assignment, fundamentals, and technique, and effort. And if we just do those 3 things, we feel pretty good about the outcome.
Well, it's been exciting to watch, but one thing we want to go back from that WS Neal game, the defense did a great job of adjusting to the WS Neal throwback offense. How hard will it be for them to flip the switch and face a more modern approach this week?
Yeah, it was a weird week, and as I mentioned earlier, I think the thing that's going to help, that's really helped us offensively, and I think this helped our defense, is all summer, all spring, all training camp, is we've thrown a lot at our defense, from spread out, passing, attacks, doing multiple sets. I think that's helped prepare our defense, and our defense has brought blitzes and things from everywhere. I think that's helped our offense. So I think you go back to all those reps you got over the year in a game like this, and then you have a great week of practice, which we've had, and you feel confident going into the game.
That's awesome. Well, oh my goodness. Real quick, Mobile Christian has shown 2 quarterbacks in recent weeks. Are you preparing for both? And how much does the game plan change depending on who the Lions have under center?
Yeah, well, 7 started the year off quarterback. 1's been playing in there a little bit as of late. They both run it pretty well, but 1 is a little bit more apt to run it than 7 is. 7 probably throws it a little better than 1. So, but I think all in all, they've stuck with the same scheme. Regardless of who they had in there. So we'll be ready for both. It isn't a complete shift of our defensive mentality with either of those guys in there.
Well, and you touched on it just a second ago, but my last question to you is, do you use the emphasis of the playoff implications to the boys, or do you just treat it as another game?
Yeah, I think we've really tried to treat it as another game. I think that I've always liked to, I think some of it is my history as a player. I always like to know. I think it's good sometimes to talk big picture and be honest with them. Like, hey, this game we win, we're in. You know, so I have told them that. But at the same time, hey, it's a big game and good. You know, if we're 0-6, it wouldn't be a big game. So you want big games, and with that, when you win, you get in big games like this. But then I go circle right back to, but we still stick to how we do it. This isn't the game to try a new pass rush move or, ooh, I'm really going to do this route as a wide receiver. Stick to our basics and our fundamentals, block and tackle, and take care of the football, and we'll be okay.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Coach, for your time. Good luck this week against Mobile Christian.
Appreciate
Have a great day.
Thanks, Jerry.
That's it.